I recognize myself for my 5 minutes of questioning now. I certainly appreciate the hearing, the context of the hearing today, and I would like to thank the panelists for what you brought to the table, literally, for us this morning. Yesterday evening, I saw a white paper by former FERC Commissioner Tony Clark that called for the reform of the outdated Public Utilities Regulatory Policies Act of 1978, otherwise known as PURPA. I appreciate the gentleman from Missouri's questions on PURPA. It's an important issue I think we need to discuss today. I don't believe this committee has taken a comprehensive look at this policy since 2005. And I'm very concerned about the negative impacts this law is having on Michigan ratepayers, my own included, and potentially on grid reliability. Mr. Glenn, I appreciated your comments on PURPA and have a few questions for you as well. You stated in your testimony that PURPA's mandatory purchase obligation is directly increasing electricity prices for customers. Would you please elaborate further on this?
Yes, as I responded to Congressman Long from Missouri, we are seeing in North Carolina alone about $1 billion increase above what our customers otherwise would pay. $1 billion? $1 billion. And that's just in 2,000 megawatts of contracts that have been signed to date. There's another 5,000 megawatts of these contracts that are in the queue that have not yet been built or signed. So this we see as a growing issue, and that's just one state in which we operate in.
What are some other impacts PURPA mandatory purchase obligation is having on utilities' ability to plan and deliver the lowest cost, reliable energy to America's electricity customers?
What we're seeing now is an increase in what we believe we will continue to see in the future are some reliability issues. For example, next year we project with all of the PURPA contracts that are coming online in North Carolina, for example, that we are going to have to dump power generated by some of our nuclear plants to other consumers of power, or we're going to have to ramp down a nuclear plant. And a nuclear plant is not made to cycle and to ramp run. And so those are significant reliability issues, and a nuclear plant is our lowest cost operating plant for our customers.
And this is because of outdated PURPA rules and standards.
That's correct.
Our traditional baseload resources, such as nuclear energy that can operate 24/7, as you mentioned, being undermined in any other ways. This is important to me. We have Fermi in my district. We have Fermi 3 licensing already in place, but a lot of uncertainty how we move forward.
And it places, you know, the dispatchability of a nuclear plant, that's a base load, that runs 24/7, so that has an adverse impact on our long-term ability to plan and how do we use and operate and maintain those resources. Reliability and affordability and increasingly clean energy will always be our mission at our company, and we will not compromise that at all. But we have to go in with open eyes at PURPA and really look at the facts and see what can be changed for the benefit of our customers.
Along that line, then let me ask you, I've heard that developers are taking advantage of PURPA to force utilities to purchase increasing amounts of electricity from them, more so than originally required by the law. More specifically, the 1 mile rule. Could you please explain this and the impacts it's having on the utility industry, the 1 mile rule?
The 1 mile rule, what we're seeing is developers in some of their projects are gaming the system where you can place your systems just beyond 1 mile of each other to get under the PURPA requirements. And so I think it would be well served for the committee to just review on a fact basis what does this look like and how might it be addressed in the future so that customers aren't paying more than they should otherwise.
So the 1 mile rule, they're splitting up multiple parts of their grid responsibilities and capabilities to game the system?
That's what it appears to be.
Appears to be, yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate that information. I would also, in lieu of the fact we're waiting for